What's going on, guys? This is Glenn or GH Crypto here with another video for you guys today on Saitama. So I got some really interesting stuff that the COO of Saitama is saying about the token, about the market and everything. So without further ado, guys, if you guys enjoy the content, consider subscribing and turn on the bell notifications so you guys don't miss out on any updates. So we all know what happened yesterday, right? If you guys have been, up to date, watching the news and stuff, of course, looking in the big picture here, Saitama is still looking, pretty healthy, especially since it is still above, and it does seem like there's some good support here now. I don't expect us to go any lower than this, really. Again, guys, this is not financial advice. This is only entertainment purposes only. I don't expect us to ever see these prices again, but you never know, right? It could happen, but I honestly do doubt it. Maybe during the bear market, but I don't know if it's really going to go this low when the bear market truly comes. Because right now, I don't believe we're in a really real a bear market. I mean, because when the real bear market hits, guys, it's like a year or so, roughly ish, that it just keeps going down and down and down. So like we're not there yet. But yeah, the COO of Saitama. We all see the price is low, right? 38. By the time you watch the video, it's going to be different. That's just how it is, guys. Market cap 1.7 billion. Probably going to be higher, by the time you watch this video. Now, Saitama Guru, the COO of Saitama, gave us a little bit of advice on Twitter, essentially. So he was basically saying, like, look, guys, we had this market glitch yesterday, where the whole entire coin market cap, every number was just weird and like change. And Saitama, I think it was like $2 I saw, 95 cents, when it really wasn't. It was just manipulation or a glitch. Someone hacked into the system is what we're speculating right now. But yeah, Saitama Guru here is saying, 100 on point here. Been in crypto long enough to see it happen time and time again. Except now there's a lot more dice rolling and chasing the 10x or 100x just to be left with less than what you started. So a lot of people are like having this mentality of trying to 10x, 100x, tomorrow. They don't want to wait. The 100x, the 10x, they will come eventually. It's just, it takes time. Every token takes time. Yes, some tokens, they explode really fast, but they don't last long. It goes back down. Just like Saitama, it did blow up really fast, especially towards that Saitama event, and then it kind of just blew down. Like, it just kind of cooled off pretty intensely, though. So basically here, guys, is when you are buying a token and you see a huge price drop, this is not financial advice, but highly recommend. If it was me, I don't want to sell. And I've done this mistake many times when the price just dramatically dropped. I'm talking like maybe a 40% drop. And then I would sell at a loss, and then I would buy back at a higher price when it goes up. And then guess what? It falls again, or it kind of just stabilizes and takes forever to go up again. It's just not worth it at the end of the day, because you lose more and more number of tokens that you were holding, your price value that you had. Like, let's say you had 10 grand in it, and then you sell it, you buy it back at like 7 grand. I don't know. That's just an example. You lost 3 grand essentially. And when you could have just held, and yeah, you would have still went down to 7 or 5 grand. But when it goes up, you wouldn't have lost those 3 grand, if that makes sense. So basically here, Mrs. Saitama here, she is basically saying, he says so she's just saying, like, in general, like, these people who are these whales out there who hold a lot of Saitama or any other token, doesn't have to be just Saitama. Basically, they sell, huge drop. They cause a huge drop in the price because they have a lot. They have millions of dollars maybe worth of Saitama, for example. And they sell, they create panic. People are just panic selling, they sell at a loss. And guess what? The whale who sold it, who created this immense price drop, he buys it in for cheaper, or she buys it for cheaper. And then all the other people come back in again, of course, but they all buy at a higher price. So this is a manipulation that happens in the market time and time again. It happens every single day, probably. I don't know about every single day, but it does happen quite frequently. Not every single time I want to say it is manipulation. Maybe sometimes it's just whales, literally just taking their profits and, being happy that they made, I don't know, $2-3 million in profit. Who knows? But this is something interesting that the COO of Saitama brought up on Twitter. So I just want to share this with you guys. This is some good advice. I definitely am taking it. I don't make the mistake anymore at selling at a loss anymore like I used to. It's just not worth it. The secret in the end of the game, guys, is to hold. Is to hold. That is the secret in not CoinMarket. That's the secret in crypto. Is essentially hold for the long term, because that is where money is truly made. Short term, yes, you can make money, but long term is where you really make money. And long term doesn't have to be 5 years from now. It could be 2 years. It could be 1 year, 6 months. I don't know about 6 months. Sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes you need at least a year. But yeah, holding, guys, is the key. If you guys enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. Turn on the bell notifications, guys, so you guys don't miss any updates on Saitama. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.